Good morning, everyone. Hi, good morning, everybody. How is it, everybody? Yeah, so welcome to to another week of lesson. I know it's kind of hard for you because you want to sleep or something like that. I want to sleep also. Okay, I'm also tired. Hi, good morning, everybody. Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's another week. It's another week before we have our holiday, right? So good morning. Hi, Akil. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. And today I'm going to teach you. Today I'm going to teach you about something that is very useful. That is very useful in your, especially in your tests. Okay, in your upcoming tests. Okay, that you want to learn about today. Okay. Good morning. Hi. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Zul. Good morning, Dini. Thank you for coming to the class. I hope the rest of you will come very quickly. Okay, so just take your attendance. Go to WhatsApp group. Okay, and then just take your name there, attendance. Okay, don't forget. Okay, take about 5 minutes. After that, we will start our class. Okay. Hi, Patrick. Good morning. Always the top 5. Very good. Something funny happened last week, last Friday, when I went for lunch. Okay, when I went for lunch at a nearby restaurant. Okay, in my town, there was this guy who was like doing all his Instagram live or something. I don't know, is this Instagram live or something like that. So he's talking very loudly. Across the table, and he was eating. Yeah, I think he was streaming while eating. So I heard of like he's chatting with his audience or something like that. It's kind of interesting. But if you ask me if I want to do this kind of Instagram live, Facebook live or something like that, I don't like it actually. I do have an Instagram account, but I rarely use it. Okay. Facebook also. I rarely post anything on my WhatsApp status or Facebook or IG or something like that. I don't have a Twitter account, if you ask me. Well, if you ask me why I don't have a Twitter account, because I don't like it. Yeah. Do you have a Twitter account? I think most of you have a Twitter account. Most of my friends have Twitter accounts. I start to have my first Instagram account when I was in university. Okay, before that I don't even know what Instagram is. So you can say that I'm kind of a outdated teacher, although I'm 24, but I'm really not getting into the trend of this hype. Yeah. Oh yeah, I want to ask you about speaking of Instagram. I want to ask you about your opinions on the. Okay, you're young, right? You guys are still young, right? So I want to ask your opinion about TikTok. Okay, about TikTok. I really don't get it. I really don't get what is the fun of it actually. It's like every youngsters, I saw a lot of youngsters, they are really into TikTok or these kind of things. Okay, it's, although it's like a boomer thing to say, but I don't really get the point of it. Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah. All this TikTok that, TikTok this, I don't really get it. Okay. So it was like a new thing to me actually when I saw this one, because I heard a lot of things. I heard a lot of negative reviews about TikTok, and then being very I don't know what is it. So I take my precaution. So I just kind of step out of it. So I think last time I posted a picture on my Instagram is so long time ago when I was in Kuala Lumpur. Oh no. Last time I posted a picture on Instagram is like 1 year ago. Do you know that 1 year ago I was also a teacher here, okay, a practical teacher here. I did my practical in your school 1 year ago. So yeah, some of you might see me, some of you might see me before. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen my face before, but I taught here about like for a month or so before I leave. Any one of you quickly come into the class? Yeah. Maybe maybe some of you recognize my face. But I think the youngsters Form 1, Form 2, I think they didn't recognize me because I was here for a very short time only. But some of you, maybe Form 3, when you are Form 3, maybe I went into relief classes. I forgot. Okay, maybe I walk in the corridor or walk past the canteen. You see these kind of young teachers walking around like that. So you might see me. Yeah. Okay, so I have something to tell you. Because this week is the last week. This week is the last week I'll be using this channel. I'll be using this channel to officially teach you lessons. Because after that I think we will be going back, right? We'll be going back and I will see you face to face. I'm quite excited about it. So I think this week is the last week I will be kind of using this avatar to speak to you. Yeah. So my real face is far from this avatar that I made. Okay, it's so far away, so don't imagine. So some of you are still asleep because I only see 12 of you. Quickly, more. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Okay, so I believe that all of you who attend in the WhatsApp, put your name in the WhatsApp group, have attended this class. Okay, I hope so. I really hope so. Okay. So without any further ado, so I will start my lesson today. Okay, so I will start my lesson today. So today we're going to learn about something that is really important for you in your exam. Okay, which is skimming and scamming. So have you ever experienced this kind of experienced this kind of feeling of so tired when you read, right? You read, you want to sleep. Even in exam also, examination, you feel like when you are studying for an exam, you feel like I want to sleep. You see this guy, this face here, it's like I want to sleep. Yeah, so I did feel like this a lot of times because I try to remember everything. I try to remember everything in my brain, but it just doesn't work like that. Okay, our brain is not work like that unless you have a really good memory, like Doctor Strange. Okay, he has a photographic memory, which is some kind of memory like remembers things as images, not words. Okay, so it can recall it. But most of them don't have this kind of superpower, not superpower, but this kind of memory. Okay, so our brain is like have some kind of limit that we should know that we shouldn't push our brains to the maximum, that we become this guy, something like this. Yeah. So yeah, and then another thing that I'm going to ask you is like, have you ever faced, you know, in exam where you stare at a blank paper, you know, you don't know how to do it. Okay, when you are, especially when you're doing reading comprehension, okay, you read and you read and you read. Okay, I think these tests are only given like an hour, okay, maybe maximum an hour and a half for my case. Okay, in university, they give you a paragraph and you have to read, but you just spend so much time on your reading the paragraph until you don't have time to answer. So that is a problem also faced by many students. Okay, I think you might face this problem before. Yeah, not enough time. I said not enough time. 1 hour, not enough time to finish one article, one article that given to you. And exams, especially exams, they have two, right? They usually have two two articles for you to read, and then you have to answer questions. So a lot of you might be stuck at one, and then you don't have the time to answer the second article. So today I'm going to teach you about some tips and tricks how to save time, okay, how to read without, you know, getting your brain all explode, okay, and then try to save time and answer your questions right on the spot. Okay, so if you are listening to this, you can just look at the blackboard. Okay, look at the blackboard on the screen that I give you, or you can rewatch it later if you missed the class. Okay, so start. So the first thing is we're going to start from skimming. Okay, so skimming, so today I'm going to tell you about skimming and scanning. These are the two basic skills in reading. Okay, so the first thing is skimming. So what is skimming? So skimming is fast reading. Okay, you use in a time limited condition to get a general idea. Okay, so it means that skimming is not looking for details. Okay, skimming is just you scan to get a general idea of the passage, okay, of the paragraph. For example, before you read your questions, right? When you open your test paper, you got your paragraph, you got your article there. Okay, so you want to know what is it. Okay, if you don't know what is it, you cannot answer the question. So you have to read it through one time. Okay, but don't read it like word to word, one word and another. Don't. So this condition you can use skimming. Okay, you get the general idea. For example, you read about pollution. Okay, you read about pollution. Okay, so when you read about pollution, okay, so maybe I get the first paragraph is talking about greenhouse gases. So the second paragraph is talking about water pollution. The third paragraph is about the effect of greenhouse gases, and the fourth paragraph will be the causes of water pollution. Okay, something like that. So this is how you skim it. Okay, this is how you skim a paragraph. Don't read it word by word. Just skim through it, and just look for the general idea of it. Okay. So this skimming is very suitable to use in a time limited condition like examinations. Okay, you are only given a specific time frame, maybe 1 hour and 1 hour and 15 minutes. So you can't waste time to read one word by another. Okay, so you can't do that. If you want to do that, it will be a waste of time. So it's very suitable to preview text-heavy context. Means that I give you one long paragraph with a lot of words. Okay, so you can use Skim to just get the gist of it. Okay, how to use skimming? Later I'll tell you. So look at this picture. A bird's eye. This is a bird's eye view. So skimming is something like this. Okay, you look at a paragraph from above. Okay, just like this picture. Just like this picture, you see, this picture is taken from above, right? It's taken to show the overview of the city. Okay, so when you skim your paragraph, when you skim your text, it's also the same thing as this. Okay, you look from above, you quickly scan through. Oh, you know, in the middle there is grass. You know, in the middle there's a kind of green area. Oh, at the back there's a big tall skyscraper. Oh, there are a lot of buildings. Okay, so this must be a you know, a city with a lot of people. Okay, this must be a major city, something like that. You get the overview of the picture. Okay, when you are reading your text for the first time, you skim your text, you are also doing something like this. Okay, please stop me when I get too fast. Okay. Wait, let me take my water bottle. It's important to drink water even now and then, because recently it got so hot, I just got an ulcer in my mouth. It was so painful. So painful. Okay, let's continue. So as we are talking about bird's eye view, you can imagine you skim your text as an action like this. Okay, this is called skimming. Okay, this skimming is just you scrape the surface to get the general idea of the main idea of the paragraph or the text that you are given. Okay, so you don't need to you know, get to the bottom of the pen to scrape everything up, you know, dig everything up, see what's inside of the pot. No, you just skim through the surface just like this. Okay, this action. Okay, I usually do that a lot. Okay, when I want to save time, I just skim through all the text that they give me. But this technique has a downside. This technique has a downside. It is, you might miss important points. Okay, you might miss important details of the paragraph that you are given. So that means after you have skimmed your text, you have to scan. So skimming and scanning is something that is in examination, it cannot be separated. Okay, after you skim, after you get the gist of it, it's time for you to scan. All right, so how to skim? First we are going to talk about why should we skim. Okay, why skimming? So for example, you're going to check a program that might interest you on the list. Okay, you check the TV program list, you check everything. Second thing is, these are the examples, right? These are the examples. There are many types of users of skimming. That I'm just going to give some of the examples that I have. Okay, so the second thing is, you browse through comments, reviews before you buy something. Okay, now it's very popular. It's very popular. Not very popular. It's a general thing to do, right? If you are on an online store, you know, Shopee, Lazada or something like that, when you want to buy something, right, you have to scroll through the review to get a general information about that kind of the specific thing that you're going to buy. Okay, you're not going to read everyone's comments, but you're just going to look through, see how good it is. Okay, if many people say, okay, oh, it's good, okay, so you get the general ideas. Okay, this object that I want to buy is good. Okay, if the review, you scroll through the review and you say, ah, no, bad, oh, you can also so I know this is bad. Okay, although I don't know why the thing that I want to buy is bad, but at least I know when I skim through all the comments, like most of them are bad or something like that. Okay, there's a very funny thing to see every year's YouTube Rewind. Do you know what YouTube Rewind is? If you don't know, it's YouTube every year they will pick their favorite YouTubers or something like that, so they're going to make a video about it, and then when you scroll through all the comments, it's usually very, very negative. Okay, they don't like it. I don't like it also because there's a lot of problems. So even if I don't read all the comments about it, I still get it that, oh, this video is kind of bad. Okay, it's kind of unsatisfying. So this is skimming. Okay, you browse through things. Okay, you read reviews, or you get the gist of it. You get a big picture of the thing that you are looking at. So the third example is you're going to you are using skimming when you look through the options on the Google search, okay, to see what site it suggests. Okay, for example, when you are searching of how to bake a cake, there are thousands and thousands of Google websites when you type it how to bake a cake. So there are a lot of cakes, cheesecake, black forest. So when you scroll through it, or you see what cakes do you want, what cakes do you like, or something like that, you just scroll through it until you find a website that catches your eye. So then you click it. After you click it, you are going to read it through, right? You're going to read it, the recipe. So you are going to scan the thing that you are going to read it. So this is skimming. The difference between skimming and scanning. Okay, so I don't know how to bake. If you can, it's a good thing. I only know how to eat. Okay. Okay, so remember this action. When you are reading through a text, skimming, it looks something like this. Okay. Okay, how do you skim read? Okay, so now I'm going to get into a details about how do you skim a paragraph, or how do you skim a text. The first thing is, don't read the whole text word for word. Okay, this is the most common mistake that students will have in examinations. Okay, because when you are sitting in an examination hall, you see the clock ticking away, you get very, very nervous. Okay, when you get nervous, you start to read everything carefully. It's good when you read questions like this, but not not long paragraphs like that. Okay. So don't read the whole text word by word. Instead, you read the question, you read the title, you read the subtitle. Okay. Oh, the title is about pollution. Oh, so you get it. Okay, so this paragraph, this text is about pollution. Okay, something like that. So this is how you skim it. So the second one is you use titles, pictures, highlights, bold, or italics. Italics is something, this kind of word that is slanted. Okay, like this. Okay, this is italics. Okay. So these kind of things should be able to help you to get the gist of the text very, very quickly. Okay, use titles, use pictures, use highlights, use bold, or use italics, or whatever, anything. Okay, to get the main idea of the text. Okay, the third thing is look for keywords. Okay, look for keywords that might help you to save a lot of time while reading. Okay, for example, we are talking about pollution, right? So when we're talking about pollution, your brain, it comes out a few kind of words, right? Of course, the keywords are, pollution. Okay, these are the keywords. Waste. Okay, maybe harmful, harm, environment. Okay, these kind of keywords you should be popping around, popping in your head that relate to the text itself. Okay, so these keywords are going to save you a lot of time while you are reading. So when you are skimming a paragraph about pollution, you might notice a keyword. You might notice some keywords that you have to know. Okay, maybe the first paragraph you're talking about greenhouse gases. Okay, so you're going to be very you can just remember the keyword. Okay, pollution, greenhouse gases, air pollution, global warming. Okay, something like that. If you skim through the text, you can find this kind of keywords. Okay, the specific things we'll go into later, but this is going to just give you a very, very general idea of what you're going to read next. Okay, so this kind of skimming saves you a lot of time, so that you have time to double check your answers at the end of the test. Okay, some students, they would like to spend a lot of time on reading but a little time on answering the questions, so they don't have time to double check their questions. They don't have time to read it again, so the chances of getting your answers wrong is very, very high. Okay, so this is skimming. So I think I already explained a lot of the details about skimming. So later, don't worry, later don't worry. Later I will give you some some exercises that you can do it by yourself, just to practice your skimming and scanning the technique. Oh, one thing I'm going to tell you is that these kind of things you need to train. Okay, you need to get used to it. It's not like you sit down and you can skim like a chat for the first time. You can, but it takes some practice to master even reading. You think that reading through a text is something that everybody will do? Yes, but you're going to master the techniques is not easy. Okay, you're going to take a lot of practice. Don't think that reading is very easy ma. I'm speaking I'm talking like a do you know I talk like that? Yeah, I talk like that when I was in secondary school. Yeah, I really talk like that. You say that reading is so easy ma, just read only lah. What is so hard about it? Oh no, you don't say. A lot of people failed in reading. They don't get it because they don't get the main idea of the text that you're going to answer it later on. Okay. Okay, so we have this one example. I don't know if you can see it clearly on the screen or not, but it's okay if you don't. So now I'm going to just practice some kind of skimming for you. Okay, so look at this picture. What is it about? Okay, so look at this picture, look at this table. So the thing that what you are going to first look at it is about. What is it about? Tell me, what is it about? So this picture, this table, okay, when we look at the table, right, the first thing we see is a big title, right? This is called Comic-Con. Comic-Con is a comic convention. That means that a day when all the comic fans come, and then they have a lot of shows, a lot of costume contests, a lot of artists that will come to the comic fest. Yeah, it's one of the favorite things that I like to go every year. Okay. Before that, when I was in secondary school, I went to this kind of convention a lot, especially anime. Anime expo, that there is a annual anime expo at KL Convention Center every year that I I especially like it, and I went it a few times. Yeah. Because I like anime, so I go to this kind of convention. It's normal. Don't look at me like that. I'm a normal guy. I just kind of like anime, that's it. Okay, so when you skim through this, so you see Comic-Con. Okay, Comic-Con. Okay, so we see Comic-Con, and then we can see 3 main stages. Okay, this is the main stage. The blue one is the main stage. The second one is the panel room. The third one is the kids room. So the blue one, okay, so we think, okay, so the blue one is the main stage. That means the main events of the Comic-Con. Okay, the contest of the Comic-Con. Okay, all the contests, all the big shows, big shows. These are the main stages. Okay, so the second stages will be panel. Panel means that comics have a lot of squares, right? A lot of spaces. Oh, these are panels. So so you see, the second thing is, panel room means that you get to create your own comic. You get to create your own fan fiction, right? So these kind of things. Okay. So these kind of activities are called panel room. So you see the panel room. Also, yeah. The main stages are contests. Okay, so the second thing, the second section is about the content. You yourself can participate. Okay, like comic making or something like that. So the third one is kids. This section is especially for kids. So you get the gist of it. Okay, you get the idea. So this is how you skim. This is how you skim a picture or a timetable, images, or something like that. Okay, this is very useful. So if you want to scan, you have to look into the details. Okay, you have to look into what is under main stages, what are the contests of it. Okay, this is called scanning. Okay, what are the activities in the panel room, what are the activities in kids room. Okay, these are called scanning. Okay, so when you are skimming, you don't look into the details of it. Okay, you just look, this is Comic-Con, this is about Comic-Con. There are 3 sections. Okay, the first one is main stage, the second one is panel room, the third one is kids room, or something like that, just like that. Okay, so it's not hard, just you need a lot of practice. Okay, so to recap before I go into scanning. So skimming is kind of fast reading. Okay, so it's used in time limited conditions to get general ideas. So you might miss some important points, but it's okay. You are going to get it while you are scanning. So it's suitable for you when you get it first time when you see your answer, your question sheet, when you are answering your question in an exam. Okay, these are the techniques and kind of details of skimming. So later you're going to do it by yourself, but today I'm just going to explain about it. So if you want to note down on a piece of paper, it's okay to do so. Okay, so now before I go into scanning, take a 1-minute break, short break, just to refresh your mind, because I know that after all this information, your mind must be loaded, right? It's time to digest a bit. Okay, time to digest a bit. Forget about a bit of what I say just now. Just leave some space for the for the thing that I'm going to explain about scanning later. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with this screen. If you want to have a look, just have a look at it. I'm going to take a water break very quick. Okay, before I go into the next section, there's something I need to tell you. The next lesson will be I think the next lesson will be the last online lesson that I will be with you. So I'm planning to do a Q&A section. Okay, I'm going to do a Q&A section. If anything you want to ask me about me myself, before you see me, right? Maybe you have some questions to ask me, or maybe you have some questions about. You can tell me also. How do you like to, the way, because I want to try new things. Okay, I'm planning to try new things, but the thing is, I don't know what you want. Okay, because I want to do something that you guys maybe might be interested in. So I'm planning to do a Q&A section. If you wanna ask me something, you can ask me directly in my WhatsApp. Okay, you can ask me directly, and then I will answer on the next lesson, I think so. Yeah. So take your time to think of a question. Maybe if you don't have question, it's okay. But if you have question like personally asked about my personal things, that what hobbies do I like, something like that, you can just ask me anything you want. Okay, I like to know more about myself, because it's better that way when I start having classes face to face with you. Okay. Okay, it's time. Let's go into the next section, which is scanning. So just now I talked about skimming. Skimming is basically getting the gist of the paragraph. Okay, just like this picture before. Okay, we get the gist of this timetable here. But now we're going to go into scanning. So now we're going to, we have to go deeper. Okay, we have to go deeper about it. Okay, so this is scanning. So what is scanning? Scanning is a kind of a detailed reading. Okay, you look into the text. You look into the text that was given to you. Scanning can be fast if you are trained. Okay, if you practice a lot, scanning is also a very fast process. Okay, don't think of scanning like, oh, scan every word like a robot, like scanning a barcode or something, and scan every word like no, not like that. Okay, in reading, when we say scanning, it's not like scanning every word for its meaning, taking it apart, every kind of word. No, it's not like that. Okay, in scanning we have a different technique that I will explain later. But different from skimming, scanning is a little bit of detailed reading. Okay, you go into the deeper meaning of the text. You go into the deeper part of the text. So, locate a particular fact and requires a large amount of concentration. So when you are scanning, you have to concentrate because you are focusing on pinpointing one question or one fact that you are going to use it. Just now we talked about skimming is like a bird's eye view. Okay, this is skimming. Okay, skimming is looking up from a wide angle, but scanning, it's like GPS. Okay, scanning is like GPS. It's pinpointing all of the locations that you want to go. Okay, you want to go to the mall. Okay, you pinpoint it and then you know where it is. Okay, you don't skim for the location of your supermarket, the mega mall you want to go. For example, today I want to go to Mid Valley. For example, today I want to go Mid Valley. I cannot look at Google Earth and then zoom into a bird's eye view just to find the location of Mid Valley, right? It's not going to work like that. If I want to find where is Mid Valley, I have to pinpoint a location so that I know where is it, so that I can go. So this is scanning. So scanning is like you are searching for detailed information on a piece of text. So just now we are talking about skimming is this action. Okay, skimming is like this kind of action. Scanning is like this kind of action. Scanning is like you are searching for some kind of keyword on Microsoft Word. Okay, you type in Control F and then you search kind of keyword and then it automatically highlights for you. Okay, this is scanning. Okay, you are scanning for very, very specific information. This is scanning. So why do we use scanning? So the first thing, there are a few examples that I'm going to give you why should we use scanning, or why we will use scanning in our daily lives. Okay, so the first thing is you're going to scan when you are looking a phone number in a phone book. Okay, you are flipping through contact numbers, right? In a phone book, you are trying to find someone's number in it. Okay, so for example, the number is the mobile number starts with 016. Okay, when the number starts with 016, you automatically skip through all the numbers that are not 016. Okay, this is called scanning. You scan each and one of them and you remove the ones which are not 016. If you are looking for a number that starts with 016, okay, that is called scanning. So you scan, also you want to browse time schedules, timetables to get specific information. For example, this one. Okay, you want to know a specific contest that you might interested in Comic-Con. Okay, maybe you have a lot of interest in cosplay. Okay, costume, I don't know what is it. Cosplay, costume contest. So you're going to look into main stages and you see, what time is it? Okay, what time is it the cosplay contest starts? Okay, so this is scanning. You look into detailed information. So why do we use scanning? So to answer questions from text with factual support. Okay. For example, if you are talking about pollution, okay, we are talking about pollution. Maybe the main paragraph, the first paragraph say, greenhouse gases are caused by the gases from airplanes, cars, ships, and animals. Okay, something like that. So when the question asks you, what are the factors that contribute to greenhouse gases? So you're going to look back at the factors that produces greenhouse gases with factual support. You don't answer the question with your knowledge that I know, I don't need to read because I know greenhouse gases are produced from cars and ships and no. You have to scan the text because the answers should be referring to that particular paragraph. Let's say if the paragraph didn't specify that greenhouse gases are coming from animals, so you can't answer your questions with animals. Okay, animals that give greenhouse gases. No, because this is not located in the paragraph. So we're going to scan and answer accordingly to the question according to the paragraph. Okay, this is scanning. So the fourth one is study fact-heavy questions, especially from articles. Maybe science articles that talk about a lot of factual things that you are going to pinpoint it using scanning. Okay, and the last thing is to make sure that we find the right answer in tests. Okay, when you scan for answers, it's not only to find answers, but to find the correct ones. You scan the second time to make sure that you don't miss out any specific information, details in the paragraph. Okay, this is called scanning. So this is why we use scanning in exam. Okay, this is why we use scanning when we are reading. Wait, there's something wrong with my computer. Is there something wrong with my computer? Let me check. My computer is so old, but still did a good job. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so how do we use scanning? So I'm going to talk about how should we use scanning. Okay, how do we use scanning in examination or in general reading? Okay. So you use keywords from a question to guide you. Okay, for example, what sports does Jamie mention in her hobbies? Okay, like for example, this is kind of a question that I'll give you. Okay, so you're going to locate using a keyword to guide you through the text that you are going to find. Okay, so if this question asks you, what sports does Jamie mention in her hobbies? Okay, so you're going to find the keywords about sports. So you're going to be very sensitive about sports, the keyword sports, maybe football, basketball, hockey, these kind of keywords you should be alert about. Okay, and Jamie also, because she is the one talking, if the text given you, got like 5 people talking about their hobbies, so you're just going to focus on Jamie. Okay, this is called scanning for detailed information. You're not going to talk about other people's hobbies. You're going to talk about the hobbies that Jamie has. Okay, so hobbies are also hobbies is the keyword that you're also going to focus. You're going to find hobbies, not the things that they like to eat, something like that. Okay. So the second thing is let your eyes move quickly across the pages until you find what you are looking for. Okay, don't read every word aloud. Okay, this is going to take a long time for you to read. Just let your eyes move quickly across the pages. Okay, move your eyes. Okay, move your eyes instead of reading. Instead of taking every word by piece. Move your eyes quickly across the pages until you find what you are looking for. Okay, you're looking for sports. Okay. Your brain is thinking, okay, sports. Okay. Read through. Oh, hockey. Okay, pause there, read it. So after that, you're going to read it again. Sports. Oh, badminton. Okay, this keyword suddenly pops up, so you stop there. Okay, so you have to read. Okay, and then you just continue scanning through it. This kind of technique is to find what you are looking for. So the third one is you're going to narrow down what you want to search. Questions, topics, information. In exams, it's very obvious, okay? Because in examination, the questions are all given to you. You don't have to think of the question already, okay? The question already given to you, so you're going to skip the step that you're going to come up with a question. So it's kind of easy because the question is already given to you. Okay, for example, what sports does Jamie mention in her hobby? Okay, if you got these kind of questions in your exam, you don't need to think about anything else. You just have to, according to the questions, find the keyword, scan through the text, and then find the correct answers. Okay, so the last part will be Scanning to answer questions. So now this is going to be a very exam question, exam tips. Okay, tips for examinations. Okay, so the first one is you are going to read each question before scanning. Make sure that you are very clear of the question itself. If you don't understand the question, you can start your scanning later. Okay, the first thing you're going to start before scanning is you're going to read your question in your exam paper. If you are very clear about what the question is asking, okay, then you can start your scanning. Okay, if you don't know about the question, please try to understand, try to get the meaning of the question. Okay, for example, this one, what sport that Jamie mentioned in her hobbies? Okay, you can do it like me here. Okay, you underline the keywords that in the question. Okay, sports, Jamie, hobbies. These are the keywords in the question. If you don't understand the question, you can just do it as I do. Okay, highlight the question, highlight the keywords, maybe underline the keywords or circle the keywords in the question. Just try to make sure that you have to understand the questions before you scan, because when you are scanning, if you don't understand the question, you will scan the wrong thing. Okay, you will miss out the important information. Okay, so the second thing is you're going to look for answers to only one question at a time. Okay, you are not a computer. Okay, you are not a robot. You cannot process two questions at a time, because I want you to focus. It's not like you cannot process two questions at a time. It's like when you are processing two questions at a time, you are bound to make mistakes. Okay, you are bound to overlook something that is really important. So my suggestion is you look for answers one question at a time. You scan for one specific question one at a time. Okay, the question asks for hobby. Okay, you ask for hobby. After you have finished the question or hobby, you move to the next question. Okay, this is very important. Don't try to be like, okay, I want to save time, I want to do two questions at one time. Don't. You rather spend a little bit of time carefully reading through the question. Make sure that you know what you are reading of, you know what you are going to find, rather than, oh, I read 3 questions at a time, I scan 3 questions at a time, and I don't get anything from it. So be careful. Yeah. So the third one is, when you locate the keyword, read the surrounding text carefully to see if it's relevant. Sometimes when you find a keyword, it can trick you. Sometimes the keyword is not in the context, it's not in the question that you are going to answer. For example, if you are scanning for hobby, okay, if you are scanning for this one, hobbies, but not Jamie and sports, it's not the relevant piece of information that you want. Okay, maybe you scan, oh, the keyword badminton pops up, but it doesn't talk about Jamie. Okay, so that is not the information that you want. So be very careful about it. Read the surrounding text carefully around the keyword that you have searched. Okay, so then the last thing is very obvious. When you answer all of your questions, you reread the question again, okay, to determine that you are getting the right answer. Okay, this is called double checking. In examination, always remember to double check your answers. Okay, even if you have little time, or even you have so little time left, please practice to double check your answer. Okay, I experience as myself as a student, sometimes, a lot of times I answer my question, I straight away, I sleep. I sleep on the table. I'm very tired already, I've already answered my questions already, I sleep. But no, after you answer your question, after you scan all your text, please practice double checking again. Okay? Do you know what this person say? Do you know what this person's face looks like? It looks like he's saying bruh. Bruh, I'm not going to read it anymore, my brain is so tired. I know. I was a student before, okay? I know the pain that you have. Yeah, so I think that's it for my class. That's it for my explanation today. So we talked, so we're going to no so we were going to recap about it. So scanning is detailed reading. Okay, scanning is like GPS. You locate a particular fact about something in a text. So it requires a large amount of concentration, and the action is like you are searching in Microsoft Word. Okay, you type in the keyword and then you search it. Okay, this is the action that you are doing when you are scanning the questions. You are scanning the text. Okay, so there are a few things that we have to be careful about. Scanning is we use keywords. Okay, we use the question to guide us. Okay, narrow it down to what we're going to look at it, and then read clear. Okay, make clear of our questions. Make sure you understand what is the question saying about, and then at last you're going to double check everything. After you read it, you can just skim it again, okay, if you want, for more ideas or something like that, if you have time. Okay, so yeah. That's it. That's it. One more thing before I end today's lesson is that these things take a lot of practice. Yeah. I also managed, to get this kind of technique when I was in university. I do a lot of reading and I practice in exams like you do. So don't be actually reading is not that hard. Actually, don't be too nervous. Don't be too nervous about it. Don't be too nervous when you look at, oh, so long the paragraph. The paragraph has so much text. Wow, it's like when you look at it, it's like, oh no, how am I going to understand this? No. It's actually surprisingly simple. Okay, in an exam, these kind of reading questions is surprisingly simple because all the information you're going to have is in the questions of the exam paper. Okay, the other text in your paragraph or in the article or something like that is just additional information, okay, to sometimes confuse you, to let you feel that, no, my English is not good, my reading is not good. It's not like that. Reading does not require you to know, like, okay, I know half of the dictionary in my brain already. No, reading is a test of you, the techniques that you have. Reading is all about techniques. Learning English in examination is all about techniques, little things that you can do. Okay? Even if someone who knows English very much, they sometimes still get the wrong idea because they make mistakes. Okay, maybe they don't read the questions or something like that. Maybe they're overconfident. Okay, I just read through the paragraph, I understand every word of it, and then I can answer the questions. But they still do mistakes because you are going to answer the question, not understand the paragraph, what it's saying. Okay, so I think that's all. I think that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you want to know more about it, you can just ask me anytime you want. So that's the next lesson. I'll be doing a little bit of a Q&A, section. If you want any questions to ask me, you can just put it in the WhatsApp group. If you don't want to put it in the WhatsApp group, you can just personally tell me what do you want to know about myself, or what do you want to know about the face-to-face lesson that I will be doing. Okay, or some kind of suggestions do you have to improve the English lessons when we face-to-face. Okay, maybe you say you want to do drama, maybe you want to bake a cake. You know, I can bring an oven to school. I can bring an oven to school if you want. I can bake a cake. I can make sandwiches or something that you like. Okay, something that you feel that it is interesting for you to learn English. You can tell me about it. Okay. Because learning English, I think, in my opinion, it's not only about reading textbooks or answering exam questions. It's all about experience. The more you learn, the more you know, the more you touch, the better you get. Okay? So, thank you everyone. Okay, it's time to say goodbye. Okay, it's time to say goodbye. It's time to have your recess. Go and eat. Go and have something to eat. Okay? Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you everyone for listening. Thank you everyone for subscribing and then clicking on the bell button. Just formally something to say like that. Okay, and I will be seeing you in the next lesson. Okay, goodbye everyone. Let's say goodbye to each other, shall we? Goodbye everyone. Bye. Goodbye everyone. Bye bye.